All right, now what we're gonna do, I've got the little snubby right here. We're gonna take this, we're gonna shoot an accoutrement of 38 special rounds at this body armor and just see what happens. I'm gonna shoot the 44 mag, hopefully, if it doesn't start raining, and the 40 and the 9. We're just gonna see, what happens. But specifically, what I'm interested in is this little guy right here. I've been saving this. This is, I think, the last bullet I have of this type. So this is a factory loaded Hornady XTP Custom for 38. It's just standard pressure 38 special. And I have been trying to duplicate this thing's accuracy and velocity and consistency. I haven't been able to quite get the same level of like SDs on velocities, but pretty dang close. So the best I've been able to get is with bullseye. So first I'm going to shoot this one into that body armor, and then I'm going to shoot one of my homemade versions. Just want to see how they work. That's awesome. I shot this on time lapse. So basically I got one picture of this box just like that. Now this is just old rotten cereal, and it is rancid. I've tested it out, but so this is from the first shot that I did. That's with the bullseye, and this is with the Hornady Custom, the second shot. So let's look at these boxes of cereal, because these are the true ballistic test, aren't they? All right, so that box of cereal got hit. It looks like it got penetration a couple inches in, and that's what you'd kind of expect. The one next to it looks just like that. So bada boom, bada bing. This other one was a little bit lower down. On the outside of the box, it kind of looks, well, this was pushed in more, you saw it, but maybe it looked a little bit more aggressive, but actually looks much the same. Didn't penetrate the plastic film inside there, but side by side, you know, scientific as this is, I mean, this had more tearing deeper, but it could just been how it hit. Well, let's check out the body armor though, but I'd say pretty dang comparable. So I'm just sharing the adventures I would normally be doing, and hopefully you can find this entertaining. And now, I wasn't thinking too much, but about those two places. I was just trying to shoot them along the edges of the Kevlar, and anyway, it is not significant how I shot them, but we'll leave that at that. All right, and to be fair, this one is a plus P round, and this one is a 38 special round. So I should have mentioned that. This one did not actually even, it just penetrated the cloth. That one did not even, it just kind of scratched that first layer of Kevlar. This one, the bullets, oh, and the bullet is, I thought I lost it, but you got the bullet dangling around in here. Now 38 ain't the toughest ones out there, but they work. Okay, there we go. Hit that. I mean, this is what body armor usually does. It just it does its best to stop the bullet. It's soft enough to be malleable, gets it to mushroom out so it can't penetrate. But really for 38, and that's pretty good, honestly, guys. That's not too bad. And as you can see, when we were shooting that thing, that is not going to be a pleasure in any sense to be hit by. And now we take that to 38 special plus P level, and we get that even more so. So I, once again, super confident in this one. I'm loving this. Okay, we'll get these back to the estate. We'll measure them up. So there's a look at the Hornady Custom 38 hit. And right there's the impact with the 38 special plus P. And you can actually see how that Kevlar works. It kind of dissipates that all the way through. Okay, we'll test out some other ones and see how they fare. look. We got little presents right here. We got the 130 grain full metal jacket. This is just, now this one I wasn't expecting much out of. So we got our Ballistic Silvertip one. We saw this kind of had lackluster performance in some past videos. Kind of what I was expecting. It's actually a little bigger, so maybe I got to take this back and weigh it. This one's 130 grain, just FMJ practice ammo from Federal. Those are at the bottom of this. I don't see any more, so let's pull these out. All right, here's the other ones right here. I believe that's the Gold Dot hollow point. Now, once again, this is not material you're not going to get expansion like you would out of a hollow point, normal hollow point on something that had water in it. This is exactly what the vests are designed to do. But you can see that hit pretty hard, got a pretty good mushroom, not too shabby. And then just based on the size of this thing, you know, it's flying. You got a good mushroom on this too. Just remember, it's only got 110 grains behind it, so that 135 grain Gold Dot is going to be harder and with a lot more energy than this 110 can. You just can't make up for it just by velocity. Yep. So our first shot, what was that? Is that the? Oh, that just barely scratched it. The second shot right here scuffed that first layer. That third shot hit here. It hit stronger than the other two, and at least left leading. And that third shot, kind of the same, or fourth shot I should say. It looks like it almost broke that first layer of fabric. The first shot, which was this one, that was gonna be the Hydra-Shok. Second one, so this one up here that didn't really have a lot of leading, that was the Silvertip. And then the third one, which was this one right here, that was the Gold Dot. And then the fourth one, that was this little guy right here. What the heck? All right, so what I thought was kind of leading going on there, that was just the fabric. As this hit, it just pushed the fabric into the top. So it kind of looked like a little bit more was done. So really the star of this one, I would say once again, is that Gold Dot hollow point. So what we got here, we've got our 125 grain FTX backed by 700X. I was just trying to get it to match. This is one that didn't, but we're gonna shoot one of those. We've got a similar one right here, but this is just a Berry's bullet. It's just a regular 38 special load. Then right here we got the exact same load, but this is with a Rainier hollow point. And then we got this little mystery bullet that's right here. We've captured one of these. We've done some tests on this, but we'll shoot that as well. All right, and we'll do it in this order. Well, more dents. Okay, this time I don't see any floating around the bottom. This is our first hole. And I think that was an FTX, but with 700X. And it scratched it. It's better than a lot of them have been. So that looks like our little FTX. So we can compare that one with the others. One of these two is a second shot, but it barely even scratched the dang thing. I can't remember I don't know if that's the third or the fourth. We had the same issue up here. So this one, hey, that did pretty dang good. That's got to be our flat. I think that's that one with the big meplat on it. I like that actually. It's not too shabby. Wish I knew what it was. We'll take that back, and but it did pretty dang good. It probably, because of all that lead, makes that look worse, but it actually hit pretty dang hard, and it didn't really cut the fabric, but it left like a more indelible impression on it than the others did. That's got to be our Rainier right there. We'll have to compare this to slow-mo and get these all matched up. And this is just regular 38 velocity. We should have a berry somewhere. So I'm guessing that's the Rainier, and this one was probably the berries because there's no leading. All right, I thought I was gonna have to go dig around in the ground, but I found our berries. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's just like, I shot a Hydra-Shok into some rubber flooring one time. It came out, I reloaded it, shot it into water. It did a lot better in the water than it did the, I wonder if that's got to be this one. It just kind of hit here. It just kind of hit here, stopped. It didn't even melt the fabric into there. Just kind of bumped it. Oh, that's awesome. That bounced out into here. We could reload that one, right? All right, so you look at this thing. This thing has been shot many, many, many times and super compromised. On the American Eagle 130 grain, got some expansion just from the fact that it hit a surface and got stopped. 9.8, we got 13.05 millimeters, and then most of them I didn't really take it up to the thousandth, but so we really just got just over 13 millimeters. That's a 120. I don't know what that started out as. I'm going to guess 125, so that's 124.5 grains. Good expansion. The Winchester Silvertip plus P, not knowing what size that was, that actually came out to be 144.2, so I'm going to guess that's a 145 grain bullet. So our expansion was 11.1 millimeters. And as I guess you can see all these ones. So our berries right here, just like we thought, it's 9 millimeter, just like it started, 125, 125. This Rainier 125 grain hollow point. I believe this one's backed by 700X, but it got 11.2. On its expansion, we recovered 124.4. Now, one thing to remember is there is variation. This one could have started out 124.4, who knows. Now on this Gold Dot, the 135 grain, this one's always been a really solid performer. It did get a little bit of vest encapsulated in its hollow point, and then when it smashed down, I can't get it all out. So it actually gained weight, 135.7, and it had 12.3 millimeters of expansion. Now our Hornady XTP load, that was a plus P with bullseye. This one I think is our top performer of the XTPs. That was 13.9 millimeters. It did really, really well. Exactly how I wanted this load to go. And we recovered 124.8, so that's probably what it started out as. This XTP, I don't remember what it started out at, but we got 10.3 millimeters of expansion. Pretty sure that was the 700X. Not really what we're hoping for. Now here we got 12 millimeters. This, I believe, was the Hornady Custom 38 load, so just a standard 38 load, and we got 124.5. And then we come down to the Hydra-Shok. Okay, it did pretty good on expansion. You got 11.5 millimeters, retained 110.6. It has the same problem that our Gold Dot did. And you can kind of see that. It's hard to tell, but anyway, it picked up a lot of crap from the vest and held on to it. And in a 38, you're just not gaining enough velocity to really make up for that light bullet, in my own humble opinion. So we had a fun day at the range. We got to do some awesome testing, and I think it was very telling in many ways. Thanks for going down the rabbit hole with me on this.